if you can get them a win inside of your membership, they will stay with you. They will.
Mm-hmm.
So if I don't know, I just pull one thing out and I'm like, hey, we're just all going to do this one thing together.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to start on this date, we'll end on this date. Um, I don't know. It works. But I
Mm-hmm.
think that they feel like there's always something new happening. So it's
Mm.
not the same thing all the time. Like you could do
Okay.
that with like just captions or just hooks. Be like, hey,
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna have a hook challenge. And I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I think one little piece, so it's not big stuff. It's like one little thing. And then everybody gets to see everybody else's material or everybody
Mm-hmm.
else's thing, which is also super, super helpful.
Mm.
And it gets people engaged and talking to each other. And yeah, it just creates more activity in the group, which is always good. But
Mm.
it's easy because there's so much there. There's so much. So you just like pull one little thing out and just encourage everybody to do it together.
Mm.
Yeah, it's really helpful. So I'm doing a challenge starting on January 2nd. Um, so yeah,
What
it's good.
what do you what do you do to structure a challenge and launch a challenge? Like, are you building out now for what you're gonna launch later? And tell me kind of what is your, do you think about like, I have a deliverable, I need this many emails, I want to launch like this. Do you prepare all that, or how do you think
So
about it?
I did for this one, but it's a repeat of a challenge that I did in September that was just kind of off the whim. Like I just said in my
Mm-hmm.
community, like I just made a post and I was like, hey, we're going to do this thing. Um,
Mm-hmm.
let's all do it together. I talked about it on the top of my group coaching calls. I made a couple posts about it in my community and I just let it happen kind of organically. And then
Mm-hmm.
it worked so well. And everybody had great testimonies that all also happened organically that now I'm like, oh, I should repeat that. So now in this one, I'm doing all the things. Like I have an email sequence happening. I have
Mm-hmm.
graphics made and social posts going out. I'm running ads right now. I was working on ads all morning, but I'm running ads to my challenge specifically. Um, yeah, I've made new creatives for these for this challenge like every day the last 4 days off of the
Wow.
winners that have happened. You taught me
Mm-hmm.
to do that, by the way.
Mm.
Um, so yeah, I mean, now there's a structure, but now I have social proof, right? Like I can go back and say, hey, 16 people took this challenge. Here's what happened for them. And then I made it cool. Like now I gave a title to it and I
Mm-hmm.
made a module inside of the classroom and I made a tracker that looks beautiful on Google Sheets. And
Mm.
but
Mm-hmm.
the first one was just
You just
um
winged it. It was a
winged
feeling.
it.
You were
Yeah.
like, this is what people want right now.
And it was so good. And I knew I should do it again because they were asking me to. So, I mean, I
Yeah.
really just listen to them and what they want more of.
Mm-hmm. In consignment right now, what is the thing people want more of? Like, what's the challenge about?
It's always sales and foot traffic.
Okay.
Always sales and foot traffic. So, especially, man, coming up. So, the J months is what we call them January, July, and June. They are tough for retail across the
Mm.
United States everywhere, but January, especially because it's right after Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
No one has any money. And in the northern states, it gets cold and everybody wants to stay in their house. So driving sales and foot traffic in January is really hard. So that's what everybody's talking about right now. But that's
Mm-hmm.
just what it is. They all need more sales, they all need more people to walk in their door.
Mm-hmm.
And they all think about it the wrong way. They
Yeah.
all want to, yeah,
Yeah.
they're all wrong. No, they all want to do it through marketing, and marketing
Mm.
sucks. It takes a lot of time and money to get new leads coming in the door, which we all know. But I kind of
Mm.
take an approach. So I was in real estate for a while, and if you know anything about real estate or realtors, man, they are so good at this. They look at their database that they already have
Mm-hmm.
and they just try to resell them houses. They're like, "Hey, are you moving
Mm.
soon? Hey, do you have a friend? Hey, let's go to coffee." Like they just do a lot of
Ah.
things with their current database and those become their best referrals. So I actually took that model and I applied it to my consignment store. And when I stopped marketing so much for new leads, but instead I focused on the consigners that I already had,
Mm-hmm.
then my business just grew like exponentially. So
Mm.
that's like my secret sauce. So I teach people how
Wow.
to do that instead of marketing more because it's like throwing money down the tank.